Hello everyone, this is Thomas Pepin, NHL Talk. I'm Thomas Pepin, and let's play some NHL. So continuing the franchise mode series where I've taken over the Toronto Maple Leafs. We're on season 12, episode 2, partway through the season, 10 games in, 8-0-2. And we're just continuing. Unfortunately, didn't have time to do a second game for Be a Pro today. Wanted to, but just didn't have time, so sorry about that. But in any case, we're here now. And one thing I wanted to... So I looked at this after I ended the previous stream, so franchise mode yesterday. I think we're doing pretty well just across the board with everyone. So we've got multiple players over a point per game. Whitmore's actually on the third line, which is pretty crazy to be over a point per game on the third line. Otherwise, we've got 4 more guys at a point per game, 2 of those on the third line. Martins is on the first line currently, just under a point per game. Threlfall on the second, just under a point per game, and he's a rookie. And there's one defenseman at a point per game. So altogether doing extremely well. And goaltending's been, well, above average, not anything too crazy. Like 9-2-1's very good, but I mean if it was like 9-5, then we'd say it's like crazy good. So it's not goaltending that's doing it. Goaltending's been good, except for this guy, but he's gotten us OT points at the very least. So pretty much everybody's performing at or above expectations, which is hasn't happened for a while. I mean, it's only 10 games, but I mean, it's something pretty good. So, anyways, just wanted to show that, and we can keep going. As I say that, we get a loss. Who is this guy? Ooh, excuse me. He's pretty good, actually. I'm gonna claim him. Oh, wait, I forgot to check. I think I just saw, yeah, one-way contract. No, we're not gonna claim him. If it was two-way, I'd go for it. That's annoying. We've already put in the one guy. And he's going to be out for a while, too. One thing I forgot to do was check who's the best fit for our fourth line to come up. I'm not going to bring up Popov, even though he's the first guy up, because I don't know exactly how this game deals with rookies and using up years of contracts and stuff, so I just don't want to chance it. So he's probably not going to be a good fit. I thought Quinn was a decent fit, but it doesn't look like it. He is probably a perfect fit. And he's played well. But Jost has done better. It's not as good of a fit, but because he's performed better, we'll go with him. I think. Alright, first to move up 5.35. I think it's Erzberg. I guess Jost is the center. Left shot. Whitmore, Shevnikov. Who was it that was injured? So Whitmore is already on. Oh yeah, Chubasov. So then Zhevnikov, I think, is going to go here. So then Zhevnikov goes here. I think Valcor, yeah, he's still, man, a point per game. So he's deserving to go there. We're going to have to do that maintenance pretty soon. And this should be able to go back up to maximum. Huh? I don't know why the usage of the parking went down so much. I think it's time for the maintenance after this next game. I'll have to double check. Or wait, no, is it? If it's after Arizona, that's no better. So yeah, we'll go after this game. 13th, so he might be ready for next game. Two-way. Defensive defenseman, so no. And he is ready. Alright, so Saren Hamo is back in. How'd Veronic do? So he's not deserving to stay in anyways. I mean, 2 points and 3 is good. -2 is not as good, but he's supposed to be in, so we'll put him back. Now, which is the weaker team? Looks like Ottawa, so the current goalie should be correct. Lots of waiver guys. Defensive, so no. We don't have guys, I don't know why it... Oh, well, because I guess technically we have a defenseman that could play, so that makes sense. Alright, so we need another call-up. How's he doing? Quite well. How's he doing? Not as well. Who was the other guy that we were debating? I think it was Campbell, wasn't it? Yeah. Over the salary cap. People are injured. I don't get it. So then we play a defenseman. I thought we still had plenty of space. Didn't we have like a few million? Well, I guess Veronica is going to play forward. I don't know if I want to mess around with the lines too much. So he was a point per game, and now he's slipped 14 and 17, 12 and 17. So we'll go Caswell there, Martins there, Whitmore up. Who can play center? 72, 67. It's going to have to be Mäkinen. Plus, he's technically a centerman. So we'll do that. All right, Hronik. Let's see what you can do there. Who did we lose? Connor. Oh, we gotta change that too. What do we do then? So then it's gonna be Valcor and Nyquist. Guess so. I think that's right. It shouldn't have impacted the rolls for these guys. Should I do that or? No, we won't. Is Brendamore or no, he's not. It's a couple OT wins, 14-1-2. With all the injuries, I mean, nobody of that's critical, but still, that's pretty good to have that record and the number of injuries we have. There was something I was going to do. Those were away games, so I want to see. Oh, Henriksen's almost back too. Connor's not that far. So that must have been short term. Good news. So if you haven't noticed, I've changed something that I like in terms of my process. So if it's away games, I don't bother saving because I have less steps. And if I have to go back and re-sim through some games, it's not a huge deal. Oh, is that me? I think there's still... Yeah, so I can't charge full price yet. Yeah, if I have to go back and re-sim some games, and because like let's say there's an issue and like my stream ends or I don't know, something like that. But yeah, just to try to sim through things slightly quicker. It's not a huge difference, but it's something. Okay, so we have, I think he was the fourth line center. That's back, Henriksen. Yeah. And he is not good enough to go to the third instead of these guys. So he'll stay where he is, but he's better at face-offs. Here it goes Henriksen. Oh, and this stays as is. So nothing else needs to change except for this. Then I think we're going to do the rest of the maintenance after this game. Yeah. I should do this one, but well, how far away are we going to have to wait? One, two, three, 4. So 6, potentially. I think you can wait for 6. Four days. So I can jack these prices back up, which were lower bowl, upper bowl. Lower bowl, upper bowl. So this one's 166. 291. Oh, I gotta check that again anyways. And that's why I check. So we're at the 20 game mark. I didn't do scouting. Do I really need to do scouting since I'm not going to be drafting anybody? No, but I'll still go through the motions. And also we'll kind of see how everybody's doing and trade depth players, so AHL guys that are not playing well and so on. But first, let's just do the scouting. Cool. So scouting is done. Let's save. So before we do the rest, I just want to see, well, we might as well compare against the league. So we saw that we were sitting, actually I did that off stream too, I think. Well, clearly we're in first place by also a noticeable chunk. 7 points, 20 games in is, I guess it's 3.5 wins, but the point percentage of 90% is unreal. There's no way we're finishing with that, but pretty good. So our goals for per game are back to, well, even above what we're used to, but that's pretty good. Goals against are still slightly high, so we're kind of in the middle of the league for that, but our goal differential is going to be better than normal, so 1.55, something like that. They're 1.4, so there's some teams that are still pretty good. Still early, so some of those stats are not perfectly representative. Power play's doing good. Penalty kill. Did I see we were doing really bad? Oh no, we were beside a bad team. So 84.9's kind of middle of the pack probably. So everything going well. And we still have some guys playing really well. So Brendamore and Von Fersen playing especially well. And then everybody else has kind of regressed back to the mean, which is pretty bad in some cases. So I mean, it's not, none of it's the end of the world, but not so good. It's okay because, well, if you think about it, so our third line guys are playing still at expectations, and it's just our, well, first line, but technically our second line. Or sorry, they're slated as our first line, but play as their second line. They're a bit below, but in the average of everything, we're still doing fine. Nothing else of note. Anything for goalies change? So that's looks like the reason, or at least partially the reason why. Well, I mean, it doesn't impact their ability to score, but the fact that we've had some more OT wins, so it looks like goaltending's kind of slipped a bit. But still, 16-1. I don't really care so much about save percentage if you're winning at that rate. So all is fine, but it kind of indicates that we're going to slip from where we currently sit. So now we got to sort out our underperformers, which I don't think there's going to be many, because it looked like a lot of the AHL guys were playing well. Still over a point per game. He's gotten better since last time we looked, but I don't know if that's good enough. How has he been previously? We'll give him more time. Him too. think him, he's had enough of a shot. He's been up and down. How do you do in the playoffs? Not that great. So he's out. Wow, he's done well. As a defenseman, it's pretty good. We'll give him more time. And he's picked up his game. So it looks like everybody's... Oh, and he's done well for us in the NHL. That's good. It looks like everybody's pretty much played well. Even Patrick's done well with us. Playing fourth line minutes, and he's got 8 points in 14 games. That's pretty good. Didn't we trade this guy before? I thought we did. What can we get for these guys? Do we try to go for that Arizona guy now? Like, I know we're supposed to wait, but Moses. They don't have space. So nobody wants them. We need a bad team to trade with that has space. Maybe? No. We're probably only going to get a second out of this trade, but still go through the motions anyways. What do we have? Nothing. Huh, no way. Okay, well, it's better than I was expecting. Now, let's see. We're going to be tight on cap space, though, if we do this. I guess we could get rid of Serenhamo, because that was a guy we were going to move anyways, or Hronik. Actually, Hronik would make more sense because of cap space and then re-signing, or well, extending the guy that we would be trading for, so. But we don't have any defensemen to move up, so it's not ideal. Yeah, I don't know if I want to mess around with our defensemen. So 1-for-1 clearly won't go. That's pretty close. Really? Wasn't expecting that. I traded the right guy, I hope. um, now what's his story? It's a right shot. Three, 4, 3, 3. Whoa, his accuracy is pretty good. 4, 3, 3. His stats are okay, so it warrants him being where he is. He's better at face-offs, so he can go there. Okay, so here's where it's going to have to change. So Makinen is not good at face-off, so he, like this pickup, assuming he fits in, which we haven't checked yet, but we can't do it because we have to do the lines first anyway. So Makinen's not good at face-offs, but he's better defensively. So for him to be on the first is fantastic. Henriksen's good enough at face-offs. And one of his X Factor things is face-offs, which doesn't make sense when his face-off rating is only 78. But anyways, who cares? So that's great, but now we've actually got a good center on both lines. So Moses is going to go here. And now we're actually in killer shape for our penalty kill. And then otherwise nothing else changes. Now after we save the moment of truth to see what his demands are for extending, which I sure hope it's not stupid. It says only 2.2, what? So he's not asking for anything crazy. 3.35 is fantastic. The problem right now is we don't have the cap space because of the two guys we currently have, Patrick and Hronek. So technically we have to trade them, well, one of them, in order to extend him. And the problem is right now he's played okay. He's played poorly, and if we sign him, we're going to get him for less probably than later. Doesn't say he wants to extend, but see, this one's tough. And I don't want to get rid of Patrick because he's been good for us. What we could do is trade Hronek for a similar player at a lower cap hit. That's probably our smartest bet. So I know I was supposed to wait until I did that trade, but yeah, everything was okay. And I'd rather get it done sooner than later. And I forget the rationale for waiting for it. I know I said it. I know I told myself that I would wait, but I of course didn't. All right, so just needed to update my document that reminded me to trade for that guy. So now what do we do? Like, I mean, we've got the guy in the AHL. We could use him, but I don't want to use him. How are we going to do this? But that's pretty sweet. Like, I mean, for a fourth line guy, the amount he's asking for is a bit high, but we can afford it given our overall strategy. So, for example, it only eats basically $3 million into what we can spend on free agents like Hronik, so it's not a big deal. And I know we have to extend a bunch of people this coming off season, but still, if they're going to ask for stupid contracts, we're going to get rid of them anyways. So, and if we have to deal with a crunch, we can always trade somebody. We can figure that out. Okay, so we need a defenseman. They need to be ballpark 80 overall. 82 would be great. What if we got a young guy? Because we got rid of some young guys that could play in the AHL. We could do something like that again. So then have a guy that we can bring up and down. What's his trade value, Hronik? So he's worth enough. Plus, if we throw in picks, or I think we only have one pick left, we could maybe get a guy like this. Isn't he a guy we traded? I think so, actually. Yeah. What was the problem? He wasn't a fit or something? I can't remember. Anyways, he's used up a couple of years of his contract, so he's not ideal. Alright, so nobody there. Didn't we have him as well? Yeah. It's funny, we've, like, all the players that we could want, we've had. Who's this? So I'm not going to look at players under 80 at the moment. I want to look at just the guys. Who is that? Just the guys above right now. And then if we have to go back and find some prospect guy, we might. I think this guy, anyways, we don't want him. Man, some of these teams, like, look at this defense. It's horrendous. Their second best defenseman is not even good enough to play in our top six. It's pretty funny. We used to have this guy. And he played okay in his role. He's done okay since he's been elsewhere. He just hasn't gone anywhere. Man, there's not many good players out there. It's bad. We have all of them. Do we have this guy? I feel like we did, and he just never played for us. I think. We could go for him again. I'm gonna write him down. I think he fit too, I'm pretty sure. Like his line fit. I think it was good. Yeah, but we'd be trading for him to just sit on the bench. So I don't know if we really want to do that. But he could go down to the AHL. Well, he would have already used a year from playing so far. That's tough. Anyways, we'll keep his name in mind. If we traded and they retained salary, they'd have to retain like all of it. How many years left does he have? 2. Yeah, we don't want that because he's going to get worse. Who's this? It's the first time I've seen that personality description. Happy-go-lucky. Man, these teams have bad defense. So it looks like our former guy is the only guy that works. And at least his value is not going to decrease. So even though we eat up a year, we'll just trade him the following year. As long as we can pull this off, which I don't think is certain. No, I don't think we'll be able to. No. Did we have anything else? Or do we gamble and just get to the off season? Just with all the moving parts, I don't think it's going to be possible. I mean, maybe we were aiming too high. Like Harley's a reasonable choice. I just don't want the guy to play well and then ask for more money. I want to get this locked up. Because now, so he's going from a bad team where he played kind of not so well, and he's going to go to a good team, and then his stats are going to go up, and then he's due for a contract, and it's like we might shoot ourselves in the foot. So we need it to be like 3 or 4 million. He's done okay. Oh, that's the other thing I didn't see is because I want somebody with 2 years left. Yeah, because then I can trade them in the off season. So there's a whole bunch of criteria. Gilio. Not quite. I mean, I could theoretically pick a guy up and extend him, but who's this? Really? What's his expiration status? Does it tell me? I think with trade value, we could actually get that guy too. I mean, like, Haig fit well before. Just the problem is he's old, and we'd be pushing it for the cap space, and I don't want to. I want to have for sure enough space. So 4 million, I know for sure, should be fine. than that. Wasn't this guy good before? Well, that Florida guy's looking really good. Kind of a weird... I don't know how I missed him. He must have been some sort of not ideal fit or something. Oh, they don't want Hronik. They do want this. So this could work. It's going to be super close. Not enough. What if we throw in... I think it was this guy. Was it a different guy? Really? Well, he wasn't that important, so I'm okay if that made it happen. That was Hronik. Now we gotta figure out what's going on with this guy. He's a UFA. God. That sucks. Well, we still have to. We want to trade him in the off season, though. Well, we know for sure we want to sign this guy, so we'll try. 3.35 times 0.9. 335.9 is 3015. That looks good. Okay, so if we extend at 3, we still can't afford to extend that other guy. Then I guess we use him up till the trade deadline and then trade for whatever we can find. I thought he was going to be an RFA, but I guess he's past the age or past the seasons or... Anyways, if I maybe looked further, I could have figured that out, but... Well, too late now. But assuming this guy extends, then we're essentially going to have a perfect fourth line. For penalty kill, for moving up and down the lines, it's going to be really good. So a bit expensive for a fourth line, but I'm okay with that. Well, for now at least. Okay. The bad thing is that guy's going to just be sitting on the bench. Does he have a... I don't think he... can go up and down, which also sucks. So maybe I should have targeted somebody else. Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, whatever. He looks pretty good. And he's free, so let's take him. I mean, theoretically, with that guy, we could just let him expire too. It's not critical. So what do we do here? So 17, 19, 16. So it looks like I'm having some difficulties with my stream. I don't know what's going on. You know what? Give me 1 sec. I've been thinking about doing this before, so I'm just going to hardwire my internet to the PlayStation. So I'm going to step away just for a sec here. Alright, so everything should be connected and should operate quicker. Should be. So I guess I'll just leave it plugged in. I have my, well, it's a computer screen technically. It's the big flat screen computer monitor. But anyways, I have it on a wheelie thing, so I can't wheelie it around if the PlayStation's connected, which is a bit annoying, but whatever. Okay. So Connor was 13 and 17. Whitmore's 19 and 21. So he's almost more deserving to stay there. 16 and 21. If anybody, Caswell would come off. But isn't there a problem with... Man, once we have... who is it? Chubarov? No. Anyways, the other Russian name guy... What's Kubisov, I think? Anyways, once we have him back, man, our lines are going to be good. Even as is, with Patrick on, we're really good. Okay, so the question here is, do we put Connor on the first? It makes our lines better, technically. But Whitmore's played better since he moved up. He was playing well before. That has no change. That's tough. I guess we'll leave it as is. And then here, 18, 12. So Nyquist comes off. 13. but we're going to do this instead. So Connor goes here. I don't know why I had it the other way. This is better. Then Kishevnikov's going to go here. Whitmore. Man, that really decreases. What if we do Connor? I guess that's okay. Man, our penalty kill's stellar. Here we're gonna switch though. Oops. Oh. What do we do then? I don't think Connor can do face-offs. Not bad. It's good enough. Oops. So Nolan in 1, Pickarainen in 2. Sweet. So we have our team, well, a chunk of it at least, pretty locked up, which is good news. I'm interested to see how he's going to pan out with our team, though, because we have no idea, of course. He's good theoretically at his role. It's just we haven't seen how he's good with, or if he's good with us. And I actually didn't even check what his line fit was, which I should have. I should do now. Oh, it's perfect for where he currently is, but it's just nearly as good for fourth line. So everybody's like ideal for their role. That's awesome. And I think literally we have the best fourth line that I could possibly put together based on cap hit as well. It's pretty sweet. I did all that. Back-to-back losses. It's weird. Three losses in a row. That's wild. What was I about to do? Oh, Pikarinen's hurt. Short term, but don't want to chance it with him. That's probably why we lost the game. I bet she came out partway through. Four-game losing streak? This is like, based on how we started, that's wild. Oops. Oh, Nolan comes out because he's had back-to-back losses. Hopefully, Pekarainen can get us back on track. come on. Nyquist. So 13, 4. Let's just keep those lines the same. It does fit with us. But it's kind of unreal that he wants 5 million. No chance. Yikes. What if we put... That's better. Oh, wait, I was supposed to have it. Because Seguin's better puck skills, so he can play his off wing. There we go, finally back in the wins. Oh, I forgot to check. And I forgot to sign guys. So first I should have checked if any guys went unsigned. Which it looks like this guy was. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Doesn't say anything. I probably didn't, because previous seasons there weren't anybody, but this time looks like there was. Oh, I should see what we need first. And actually, with this guy, if we sign him, he's good enough that if we need to bring him up, like let's say we have our backup get injured, he'd be serviceable enough. I think at least. So, anyways. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we need 4 forwards. That's probably 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So actually 5 forwards. Huh. Five, 2, 3, 4. I think that's all we can, or all we're going to do. Um, do, 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 do. Sweet. Did that include the goalie? I didn't see. Or pay attention, I guess is a better way to put it. Must have. So he's been okay elsewhere. He's not fantastic, but he's not bad either. I wonder if he has any trade value. And I should shake up the lines here. Alright, so let's see what we got for that goalie. So no value. It's okay though. Yeah. Is it after this game I do the maintenance? I think so. Wait. No, after Florida. So I'm supposed to be done the stream now, but what I'll do is get to that point, and then I don't have to think about the maintenance thing still. I think I did everything. Oops. Man, we got one goalie that can win games, but the rest can't. Alright, maintenance. Alright, now I'm just going to have a look at how everybody's doing, and then we will end the stream. So, 24, 6, and 2, which is still pretty good. I say that's still pretty good. We've got 4 times the wins versus losses. So, I mean, I don't know. It might be our best season to this point. I still don't know how these teams manage to keep up most of the season. The game forces it, so you have to have somebody close to you. It just doesn't make sense. But anyways. So our goal differential is regressing more towards what we're used to? No. Didn't it get better? Because, yeah, that's 2.16. Is it? No. 1.16. Yeah, so it has gone back to basically normal. Our goals against per game is a bit high. But whatever. Power play, good enough. Penalty kill has gotten better too, but still not up there at the top. Otherwise, I think our players are still, well, some of them at least, are still doing really well. So Brendan Moore, I think he was a stellar pickup. So at the start of his career, he was nearly a point per game, and then got to over a point per game. Had a rocky start with us, and then now is back where he was, probably better than he was, or probably will be better than he was. So very good, and at a cap hit that for his player type, his age, and everything is pretty darn good. So happy with that. Von Fursten's better than normal because he's not usually a point per game, and he's over a point per game. He's not scoring with the same frequency, which I don't necessarily care if he's producing. Whoops. Whitmore. So everybody else, though, is kind of below expectations. Caswell's low. Threlfall's low. Maybe we slide him down to the... No, but nobody's even doing better anyways. Like, Connor can't go up in his place. So really, everybody else is just kind of... Which would seem... It makes sense, which is why we've slipped a little bit in our performance. Where's that new guy? How is he done with us? 5 points in 12 games, playing on the fourth, well, currently on the third line. It's quite good, actually. So I think he is going to fit in the end. Did we not send Jost back down? Do we need to, though? He's not going to get claimed. I didn't check goaltending, though. So Pekarainen's doing great. Well, probably average, I think is a better way to put it. And then everybody else is not doing well at all. I don't know. I have no idea what's going on with our other goalies. Huh? Wouldn't that have changed the lines? That doesn't make sense. There we go. Actually, let's see how it... So our AHL team's pretty good. 19-2-3 is definitely not bad. How's our two young guys doing? Popov, over a point per game. Where? So Osgood, okay, he's gotten better now. Half a point per game about. Finally. I was hoping he'd be at a point per game, but whatever. I think that's it. I forget if I saved, but I'll save again. Oops. Yeah, so we will leave it there. If you like the stream, hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe, turn on notifications. The channel homepage has upcoming streams on regular NHL content. Those both take place on Friday. You can see the schedule on the channel homepage. For things I can't schedule ahead of time, like franchise mode, that schedule is in the About section of the channel. It runs Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern. Be a pros whenever I have time or feel like it. I wish I could have played another game, and I can't tonight. I don't have any more time. Hopefully again soon. Any comments, leave them in the comments. Suggestions likewise. And we will see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 p.m. Eastern, to continue this. Keep